Hi everyone, this is Scott. Today I'm going to try my hand at talking and flipping at the same time. I haven't done this before. I've done it as voiceover after the fact or flipping after the fact. But we're going to see how well I might be able to talk and flip at the same time. And if I can keep everything in frame while I'm doing this. Because not only am I new to Balisong flipping, I'm also new to YouTube content creation. So if you're here and you're listening, welcome. Thank you. Subscribe, like. Even if you don't subscribe, even if you don't like, if you could, try to watch my video to the end, just simply because that way I think it gets more people aware of my content. And that's what I'm trying to do. The whole purpose of my videos is to document my growth in Balisong flipping and talking about positivity. And not talking about positivity, talking about things that are good. Being positive about things, positive about life in general. So, the trick that I'm working on right now is the chaplain. And I think you start with it open, flip it over the back of your hand, and then this is basically the starting point. And you just go around like that. I don't think this is going to be in frame all that much, but we'll give it a shot. We'll see how... I don't know how people do this so effortlessly, but this is the best that I've been able to do yet, because that happens. So let's see if I can capture me doing it right on video for the first time. That would be awesome. Forgive me that I have to start slow, but I have to start slow. Haven't been doing this very long, but just like anything else, with practice comes improvement. Only been doing it for 8 or 9 days. And just trying to learn the chaplain for the first time this evening. But I know that I'm already getting it around my finger more times than I have historically been able to do anytime I've tried this. Every other time I've tried this, it's immediately dropped off my finger. But I think that might be because I was doing it in the wrong direction. That's the bite handle. I wonder what the Squiddy U would flip like, or not flip like, how this would spin. I lost the bite handle rubber band. Somehow it was getting a split in it. So knowing that I had already kind of marked this, happy if I'm holding on to the safe handle. So the safe handle is the one that holds the dull side of the blade, and the bite handle is the handle that holds the sharp end of the blade. So bite handle is bad, safe handle is good. I mean, neither are good or bad, but if you need an indicator, you usually put one on the bite handle. So I lost mine. I don't know what happened to it. It happened today. I had already put the faces on there because it already looked, pretty cute with the faces already. But then I just added these little paint dots onto the pins, I guess you'd call them. Yeah, I don't know if that's dry yet. No, it's still a little tacky. But I shouldn't need that for the chaplain. So let's see if I can get any traction with the chaplain on the Squiddy. there was something there, a little bit. I was feeling comfortable with it, or confident with it. More confident than I typically do when trying a... Holy shoot. That was pretty cool. It felt right. Whoa, that one felt like it was slipping, and then felt like it found its place in... Yeah. I feel like I'm actually making some progress with it. So I'll just keep on doing that. Problem is, again, still new to the content stuff. Don't have many subscribers, or don't have many subscribers. Don't have very many people that are posting in the comments. So I'm not really sure what people are interested in hearing me talk about. In the last video, I kind of described a little bit about myself. Oh, I did that backwards. But I don't know what else to describe. I am a... So to finish that thought, I am a little nervous by nature. I am typically not a put yourself out there kind of person. So the fact that I'm starting a YouTube channel and trying to get positive vibes out there and interact with people trying to do the same thing, that's basically what I'm shooting for. And getting the chaplain. I'm shooting for that too. All right. A little bit about me. As I said in the last video, I am married. I have some kids. Some of them are older and out of the house with kids of their own, making me a pretty young grandfather. And some of them are still in the house as teenagers, making me balding. We have some pets, dogs, cats, had that one backwards, reptiles, snakes, and a gecko. Snakes wise, most of them are ball pythons. We have 2 ball pythons and a boa constrictor and a bearded dragon. A lot of people think snakes are slimy, scary things, but they're not. Interestingly, they're really soft, very gentle, and very timid. All right, let's try the Volk again. When I'm doing this, I'm naturally feeling like I need to twist my finger along with it. And I don't know how much that twisting is actually helping or hurting as far as keeping it, because I keep finding myself like pulling my wrist. So I know that I'm supposed to be pushing and pulling in the direction that the balisong is going. Where I get hung up is if I should be twisting along with it, because I can kind of twist my hand in on this spot, but back here I can't do that, and that might actually be throwing everything off. But maybe I'm just overthinking it. If you know, if you are a master of Balisong flipping, and you have the chaplain down, and you're seeing this, they're like, hey, Scott, you are clearly doing this thing. Share it in the comments below. I'd appreciate any help you guys have. Well, let's change it up a little bit. So the other thing is, I don't know a whole lot of tricks, don't know a whole lot of combos yet. Most of the tricks that I have are already thrown into the combos, and the combos that I have aren't indefinite. They have beginnings, they have ends, and I haven't been able to figure out how to kind of work some of those ends into new beginnings. Some I have, but not all. And then, I'll see, this is what happens. I do tricks while I'm talking, and then I start thinking, oh, okay, I got to do this to do the trick, and now I've forgotten what I was going to say. Something tells me that is going to happen, unless I start writing out, I don't want to say scripts, but talking points ahead of my videos. I'll start doing that. I apologize if that frustrated anybody. Another trick that I am working on is, I don't know what it's called. Did it wrong. No, I'm doing it totally wrong. There we go. No, I'm still doing it wrong. There we go. No, I think I did that. Yeah, it's supposed to be like this. That, and then over, and that's the one that I do know is you can do it indefinitely, because it's just literally going, I'm doing it wrong again. Literally, yeah, there we go. Going over going around your thumb. When we can do it. So, safe handle, blade pointing away from you. Hold it kind of like a pencil. And what I've noticed is if I have my thumb cranked up like that, it goes a lot smoother when it's going around. But I still can't do that, even this consistently. And this is the easier one, I think. Not easier to drill, easier to, my success rate of this around here is a whole lot better than my success rate of this around my finger. But this around my finger, I can drill a whole lot better. And by drill, I mean do it again and again and again, just the simple move. Because going around my thumb, I have to, after I go around my thumb, I have to reset and then go around my thumb again like that. And I guess that's working all right. The thing is, as I'm letting go, I tend to do this like thing with my hand, like I'm trying to just ever so slightly coax it up over my thumb. And I don't know if that helps or if that hurts. But that's around the thumb. That I kind of have to keep it up here in order to practice, going around my thumb. Whereas going around my finger, I can practice that sitting down just like this. super easy, so long as you don't drop it. But that's something that I can sit in my chair, arm up on the armrest, and just, you know, practice that move, you know, again and again while I'm doing, you know, whatever. But that's the thing I like about some of the tricks with balisong flipping, is that I can do this stuff while I'm multitasking, while I'm doing something else, while I'm sitting at my desk watching a YouTube video, or while I'm, you know, checking out what's going on a Discord server. I can just be, you know, flipping this around in one hand, not even thinking about it. And in my not even thinking about it, whatever it is that I happen to be doing, I'm getting better at just because I'm doing it again and again. You know, I can do this, not when I need to, but when I'm not thinking about it, I can do this really easy just because I do it. I've done it sideways. That was horrible too. I've done it sideways ever since. I mean, this was the first thing that I learned how to do when I was, you know, a teenager, having gotten a butterfly knife at a swap meet. So being able to do that, being familiar with that, it's just one extra step, one and back, and then you do the flip. Like that. And then you just do it up and down. That simple. And then this is one of those that you don't have to do anything crazy as far as moving your hand around, but when the knife ends up being deployed, if this was a sharp knife, it's deployed ready to use. It's not deployed with the blade towards you. So, I mean, it makes it functional, but again, that's if you're going to use one of these knives in a sharp format. And I don't see myself doing that. I'm too clumsy. I'm too prone to injury. You know, I see it as a eventuality that I'm going to end up cutting myself with this, whether it be, you know, while I'm opening up a bottle or dropping it on my foot. So knowing that I fear hurting myself with a trainer, the likelihood that I'm going to end up getting a sharp knife is slim to none, leaning towards none. My son is left-handed, and in being left-handed is pretty ambidextrous. And he suggests that I learn how to do tricks with my left hand because I'm used to it with my right. But I don't see myself doing that for a couple of reasons. Number one, it's just so uncomfortable. I do see there being benefit in me having some functionality with this hand because I know that, you know, you have people that will do crazy, weird things that don't involve cutting their gut open. And I would like to be able to learn that stuff and incorporate that stuff. But I'm not going to be doing this stuff with this hand because it'll slam into my watch, and I'm not going to take off my watch every time I want to mess around with my knife. Because again, I'm not doing balisong flipping just to be the best balisong flipper in the world. I'm doing it because I really like doing it. It's really enjoyable. I like the artistry that people are displaying with their tricks and with their combinations and with everything that they're doing. And I want to be a part of that, and I want to do that too. But really, it has more to do with my ADHD and the fact that, like I said in the last video, I just pick at stuff. I mean, anything. It's not OCD. It's not an obsession, but it kind of is. It's an impulse. It needs to be whatever it might be. You know, I like it to not be pickable. So if I see something that can be picked, then I like to pick it. But when I pick this up, that seems to become very, very manageable. So because of that, I mainly stick with the Balisong practice, because I know that it has a noticeable impact on my ADHD. So I think that might wrap things up for now. I don't know how long I've been recording for, but I would venture to say that because I don't have very many tricks, you guys have probably exhausted your interest in watching. And because I've run out of things to say, you will most likely be losing your interest in listening. So hopefully you'll stick around for the next one. And until then, everybody have a great weekend. Love you.